Chiefs Kingdom, stop scrolling right now. Arrowhead just lit up with breaking news, and one number is already on the table. 2 roster spots open right as training camp kicks off. Ethan Downs torn ACL, John Michael Gillenborg sprained knee, and Patrick Mahomes operating on a knee that has experts holding their breath. Insiders confirmed it this morning, and here is the exact reality. The Chiefs' defensive end depth is so paper-thin that Brett Veach is already looking at big-name free agents, while Patrick Mahomes defies medical science just to take snaps in St. Joseph. If you bleed red and gold more than you hate the Raiders and Broncos, hit like and subscribe right now. We start with the brutal double injury blow that has Arrowhead shaking. Stay locked. There is a double cliffhanger at the end. Disaster struck St. Joseph before the padded practices even officially began, and the news sent shockwaves straight through the front office. When you look at the bottom of a championship roster, you expect battle. You expect young, hungry kids fighting for every single inch on special teams, but instead, Kansas City was hit with a double wave of devastating injury updates right before the first full squad workout. Whispers turned into footsteps early Tuesday morning. The name everyone is mourning: Ethan Downs. Down on the turf during his very first training camp session, the second-year pass rusher out of Oklahoma suffered a complete tear of the anterior cruciate ligament in his left knee. Just hours later, the second hammer dropped as promising rookie tight end John Michael Gillenborg was officially shifted from the active PUP list to season-ending injured reserve due to a severe knee sprain suffered during off-season workouts. Because these IR designations happened in late July before final cutdowns to the 53-man roster, league rules dictate that the season is officially over for both players without any possibility of returning later in the year. The math is brutal. 2 roster spots instantly wiped clean, leaving the Chiefs with 78 available men and 2 vacant invitations on the 90-man camp roster as full team practices begin. What makes this so painful for Kansas City? Downs was teammates with R. Mason Thomas back at Oklahoma and was heavily tipped to inherit that vital rotational pass rusher role previously held by Malik Herring, taking snaps on defense while serving as a multiple-phase force on Dave Toub's special teams. Gillenborg, meanwhile, possessed a rare athletic profile as an intriguing receiving weapon behind Travis Kelce, giving Kansas City a long-term developmental project for the future. Stashing Gillenborg on IR preserves his rights, but losing Downs cripples the defensive edge rotation instantly. When you analyze how Steve Spagnuolo builds his defense, depth at defensive end is not a luxury, it is the fundamental engine of the entire pass rush scheme. Spagnuolo relies on rotating 4 to 5 edge defenders every single drive to keep his heavy hitters fresh for crucial third down situations in the fourth quarter. Without Ethan Downs taking those 15 to 20 dirty snaps against the run, the heavy workload falls directly on the primary starters early in August. That creates an unneeded risk of fatigue injuries during the hottest weeks of camp. Furthermore, Dave Toub now loses one of his most reliable personal protectors on punt coverage and kick return units, replacing a guy who knows the playbook inside and out on special teams right before preseason games start. Forces coaches to burn precious practice reps on raw street free agents instead of refining scheme execution. Insiders report that General Manager Brett Veach and his scouting staff worked late into the night evaluating immediate free agent workouts. Names like veteran Janarius Robinson and former Chiefs pass rusher Emmanuel Ogbah have already been mentioned in league circles, alongside rookie free agents like Ethan Hurkett, who participated in rookie minicamp. The front office cannot afford to sit idle while snaps are wasted in St. Joseph. Every practice rep matters when you are chasing a Lombardi trophy, and empty roster spots rarely remain vacant for long in Kansas City. Is Brett Veach going to sign an immediate veteran replacement before the weekend? Drop your thoughts below. If you want to see this front office stay aggressive in free agency, hit that like button and let rival fanbases know Kansas City never settles. But while the roster depth takes a massive hit, the biggest story in the entire sports world centers around the man wearing number 15. Every single camera lens in St. Joseph is zoomed in on one specific joint, and every stride taken by Patrick Mahomes is being analyzed like a national security secret. Officially cleared to practice for training camp, yes, but far from operating at total comfort. Former NFL quarterback Chase Daniel dropped a deep dive film breakdown on his channel that had every Chiefs fan holding their breath, pointing out that Mahomes looks noticeably ginger on his recently repaired left knee, while Daniel reassured viewers that Mahomes' throwing mechanics and upper body torque remain crisp, elite, and untouched. He noted that the true test will be how his body responds to back-to-back heavy practice days, turf pressure, swelling, and overnight soreness. Scouts called it a miraculous recovery timeline, but the front office knows the margin for error is razor thin. The name on everyone's mind? Patrick Mahomes. And the locker room already knows the stakes are higher than ever. This is the absolute first time in his legendary career that Patrick Mahomes has faced genuine physical doubt heading into a season, and his competitive nature is as dangerous as it is heroic. Mahomes is the ultimate warrior who will gladly push through unbearable pain, structural discomfort, and heavy fatigue just to stay under center, which means Andy Reid and the medical staff have to actively protect Mahomes from himself. Think about the strategic ramifications involved here. Kansas City is trying to navigate a delicate offensive line transition, adapting to new nuances on the coaching staff, and attempting to fix a running game that lacked consistent push last year. But absolutely none of those offensive adjustments matter if number 15 aggravates that joint in mid-August. What happens when a quarterback plays gingerly on a recovering knee? Naturally, a player subconscious about leg stability begins shifting weight distribution during his dropbacks. That micro-adjustment alters release points by fractions of a second, potentially leading to sail throws or late decisions on deep out routes. More importantly, Mahomes' greatest superpower is his unmatched ability to break the pocket, scramble, extend plays for 6 seconds, and throw off platform from contorted arm angles. If he hesitates for even a split second before planting his back leg to escape a rushing defensive end, he becomes a sitting target in the pocket. The Chiefs' front office must lay down the hammer immediately, setting strict pitch counts on his practice snaps and forbidding him from taking unnecessary hits in exhibition games. Andy Reid's primary directive for the 2026 season must be simplifying the game plan, utilizing quick 3-step drops, heavy play action, and leaning on a revitalized backfield to absorb contact. Mahomes has a full decade of elite football remaining in his career, and risking long-term stability for August pride is reckless. According to sources close to the facility, a rumor suggests that Andy Reid already held a private sit-down with Mahomes to establish hard boundaries on his movement drills during team periods. Bad days and good days are inevitable during this rehab phase, but stopping Patrick Mahomes from taking reps when he insists he can play might be harder than winning back-to-back Super Bowls. Do you think Andy Reid should sit Mahomes for the entire preseason program? Sound off in the comments right now. But if you believe Mahomes at 80% is still superior to any quarterback in the AFC West, smash subscribe and keep the kingdom loud. Now, with Ethan Downs officially done for the year, Brett Veach has to make a game-changing move, and the free agent market is dripping with elite talent. The defensive end room behind George Karlaftis has officially hit red alert status, and Brett Veach is staring at a short list of free agents that could break the internet, a move 3 months in the making, or a panic button pressed out of pure necessity. Sources say the emergency scouting files sat on the desk since draft weekend, but Ethan Downs' season-ending ACL tear forced the front office to act immediately. The identity everyone in the league is asking about? A proven veteran pass rusher, and the locker room is waiting to see who walks through that door. Right now, Kansas City enters full padded practices with exactly one established, battle-tested edge defender in George Karlaftis. Beyond Karlaftis, the depth chart relies on Felix Anudike-Uzomah, a 2023 first-rounder entering the final year of his rookie contract, who missed all of last season with a hamstring injury and has logged just 3 career sacks, alongside sophomore Ashton Gillott and rookie R. Mason Thomas. That is a dangerously inexperienced pass rush group for a franchise chasing a championship, and insiders confirm Kansas City is actively exploring big-name free agents. Among the most shocking names available on the market is 7-time All-Pro and 2-time Super Bowl champion Von Miller, who registered 9 sacks on just 420 defensive snaps in Washington last season. Another blockbuster candidate is 5-time Pro Bowler Joey Bosa, who led the entire NFL with 5 forced fumbles while adding 5 sacks in Buffalo last year. While Bosa has contemplated retirement after 10 grueling seasons, the opportunity to play exclusively as a pass rush specialist on third downs for a championship contender in Kansas City could pull him back to the field. Additional high-end options sitting by the phone include Kyle Van Noy, Jadeveon Clowney, and Hassan Reddick. Consider the tactical impact of adding a blue-chip veteran to Steve Spagnuolo's defense. Opposing offensive coordinators currently plan their protection schemes entirely around double-teaming Chris Jones on the interior and chipping George Karlaftis on the edge. If Kansas City inserts a veteran specialist like Joey Bosa or Von Miller into third and long sub-packages, light fronts instantly become terrifying. A veteran edge rusher possesses the pass rush repertoire, bend, counter swims, and bull rushes that young players like Anudike-Uzomah and Gillott are still developing. Furthermore, having a future Hall of Famer in the meeting room accelerates the growth of young prospects through daily film study and technique coaching. Instead of asking unproven rookies to play 30 snaps a game under immense pressure, a veteran addition allows Spagnuolo to keep everyone in optimal, low-stress roles. According to league insiders, a rumor is circulating that Brett Veach's front office has already reached out to Joey Bosa's agent to discuss incentives on a heavily structured 1-year contract. The clock is ticking in St. Joseph. Every empty rep in camp is a wasted opportunity, and Kansas City needs to strike before a contender like the Ravens or Eagles snatches up the top available talent. Which veteran pass rusher do you want in red and gold? Von Miller or Joey Bosa? Vote in the comments down below. 3 stories, 1 explosive start to training camp. The double injury wave cleared 2 roster spots. Patrick Mahomes is fighting through physical adversity to lead this offense, and the front office is on the verge of landing a blockbuster free agent pass rusher. Kansas City does not panic under pressure. Kansas City attacks. While rival fan bases and national media outlets try to magnify the drama surrounding Mahomes' knee recovery and the sudden lack of defensive edge depth, Brett Veach and Andy Reid are already 3 steps ahead of the rest of the league. If the Chiefs pull off a major defensive signing this week and manage Mahomes' practice workload with tactical precision, the rest of the AFC is in serious trouble. The window is not closing, it is evolving. Here is what I need from Chiefs Kingdom right now. First, smash that like button if you believe Patrick Mahomes will lead this team to another deep playoff run regardless of the media noise. Second, drop a comment with your absolute dream free agent signing out of Von Miller, Joey Bosa, or Hassan Reddick. Third, subscribe immediately because every new subscriber sends a message across the division that Arrowhead remains the undisputed capital of the NFL. But do not look away because the cliffhanger gets wild. Insiders leak that a major defensive end signature could happen within the next 24 hours, completely reshaping the front 4 before the first preseason game. And on top of that, rumors out of Las Vegas suggest the Raiders are preparing a massive counter move in free agency specifically to target Kansas City's tackle situation. Which domino falls first, Kansas City's big signing or the Raiders' spite move? The war for the AFC West is officially on. Hit subscribe, stay locked, and let us keep Arrowhead ringing loud. See you in the next breakdown.